Hey, it's AQT. I went on a hike this morning up to the Hollywood sign in LA, and oh man, it was awesome. It was overcast and the clouds were kind of low, so when I was sitting there on the peak, I felt like I could reach my arms up and get to feel the clouds. You know, it was powerful. It's sort of like that transcending feeling of like, God, anything, I can do anything, I'm so powerful, right? Ah, awesome, awesome feeling. And the birds were like, it was windy, so the birds were hovering in midair. Anyway, I noticed like a single flower coming out of the crack in a rock. And that's kind of miraculous, right? It was getting nourishment from a rock, right? And the thing that I noticed was like this particular flower, this plant was doing its own thing, but it was still having the same experience as everyone else. And so if we use that as a metaphor for life, you know, we can nourish ourselves. We can. We just have to believe it. And we have to fall free of like, of feeling like we need something else or somebody else to nourish us. And part of like creation and creativity is finding the ability to nourish yourself. I think so many of us get caught up in this fear and this like perception that we need something else to make us better, to make us feel better, to show us the way, to do this, to do that, you know, and I know a lot of people, and including myself, you know, along the way, have definitely wanted to have a partner in the mix because it makes it easier than dealing with life by yourself. But here's the thing about having a partner. Nobody experiences in that moment exactly what you're experiencing. Everybody is separate, though our experiences and our feelings are the same. Does that make sense? So like we have the same feelings. We're gonna mourn when our parent dies. We're going to taste something that makes our taste buds, you know, celebrate. We're going to we all have the experience of every feeling. I mean, just go inside of yourself and we've all experienced whatever it is that you're feeling. We just deal with them in different ways. But that is what unity is. That is what oneness is. And so many of us are afraid to trust that, I think. It's not I think. We are. We're afraid to trust it. Because I'm looking at this flower and I'm having this thought about it, and I'm by myself. And that's fantastic. But then a week later, some other person comes and sees this flower, has the same thought and the same feeling, and all of a sudden we're connected because those two things, we've experienced the same thing, just not together. If that makes sense. So I think part of our work is separating ourselves from the need to be nourished by others, from the need to be taken care of or validated or reinforced by our surroundings, by other people, by not trusting our own creation. So, but what if you could stand, if you were the rock and you were the flower, and you could stand as your own flower in whatever unique version you bring to the table, bring to the world, and be your own rock and nourish this, nourish who you are and your desires and your feelings and create the world that you want. What world would you create for yourself? What have you created for yourself? I'd like to know.